Got me falling right back.
Before you began smudging, make sure the area you are smudging is well ventilated by opening all windows and doors so that the negative energy can escape. Don't use near infants or very young children, asthmatics, or pregnant women, and never leave burning smudge unattended. Smudging is quite simple to do effectively yourself by following a few simple steps. 1. To smudge, light a smudge stick. The lit sage bundle produces a cloud of fragrant smoke that you can pass around yourself or another person or place that needs spiritual cleansing. Make sure to lift the arms and with rooms get right into the corners and around and over doorways, moving from left to right. 2. Focus on your intention. I release all negative energies and may this place, person be filled with your love and light energy from the universe. 3. To smudge yourself, fan the swirls of smoke with your hand or a feather around your body from head to toe. It's best to visualize the smoke lifting away all the negative emotions, thoughts and energies that have attached to you. If you're feeling depressed, for example, you could visualize the smoke carrying away all your feelings of depression. 4. If you want to smudge someone else, it is best to hold a positive intention, and you could say something like, allow the sacred smoke to cleanse your body and bring you present and available into this moment. Or create your own prayer that fits. 5. Smudging a flat or space. First offer smoke to the 4 directions, starting with the east, then southwest, and ending with the north. Beginning with the lowest level of your house, or, if it's a flat or bungalow, working from the floor upwards, walk around the outside edge of each room, giving special attention to the corners and the places behind doors. Repeat the following either out loud, or in your mind. I release all negative and stagnant energy in this place. May peace, light and love protect us and be ever present. 6. Use a jar or ceramic bowl under the sage stick to catch the embers and to stub it out safely when finished. You can smudge at the beginning of each season and whenever you need a shift in energy to invite in the new. General tips for smudging: a clear intention. Your intention is immensely powerful when it comes to cleansing with white sage. Make your intention clear. In addition to asking the sage to clear and protect your energy and space, invite in your guides and angels to help release negative energy into the light as well. For example, as you smudge, set your intention by saying something like, 1. I now ask that my guides and angels, along with the energy of this sage, assist me in releasing all negativity, density, and energies that no longer serve, into the light of the divine. I ask this for the highest and greatest good, according to divine will. And so it is. 2. Treat sage as you would incense. Light your sage at the very tips of the leaves, and once ignited, quickly but carefully blow out the flames to allow the leaves to smolder. It's the wafting of the smoke, not the flames, that allows the cleansing energy of sage to be released into your energy and space. 3. Use smooth movements when smudging. While you're smudging, use smooth movements when wafting the smoke around your home, body, or objects. This is for safety as much as spiritual purposes. In addition, turn off fans and close windows and doors to minimize the wind and drafty breezes. Remember, you're playing with fire here, so use respect common sense and be safe. Once your sage is smoldering, I recommend holding it over a fire-safe bowl, plate, or shell so you don't drop ashes on yourself, in your home, or out in nature. You can then waft the smoke using a feather, your hand, or by actually moving the sage upwards and then down in a smooth motion. 4. Let the smoldering sage burn out on its own. When it comes to sage smudging, there is a general rule that once the sage is lit, you don't want to put it out. Rather, the spirit within the sage knows how much negativity needs to be cleared and will burn accordingly. I mostly honor this rule. However, for it to really work, start small. If you light many sage leaves at once, or completely torch your sage bundle with a lighter, it will burn hotter, faster and create more smoke than if you carefully light the tip of the bundle, or pull out and set fire to a single white sage leaf. I recommend lighting a small amount of sage, and if it burns out before you're finished, there's no harm in lighting more. Once you have wafted the smoke in the areas you need, expressed gratitude and stated your intention, you can set the smouldering bundle in a fireproof bowl or seashell and allow it to burn out naturally as you move on with your practice. Step-by-step guide for smudging a room or home before you light your sage, and begin the process of smudging a room or your entire home. It's best to start with a prayer and set your intention to cleanse the space and release any and all negativity into the light. Next, it's a good idea to close the windows and any doors to the outside. Remember, you are playing with fire here, so you want to be sure you're doing so consciously and safely, by eliminating drafts. Okay, now you're ready to light your sage. Carefully light your white sage at the tips of the leaves, making sure you have a fireproof bowl or plate ready to catch any ash as it burns. Again, sage smudging is the most powerful, not when the sage is burning with a flame, but simply smouldering and smoking. If your sage is burning and you can see the flame, just blow it out and you're ready to begin smudging. When smudging your house, you'll want to start from the back of the house and move to the front. If you have multiple levels, start from the bottom of the house and move to the top. When you select the room you're going to start smudging in, begin in one corner of the room, and move methodically around the room or rooms. As you smudge, make sure to waft the smoke up toward the ceiling and down to the floor, starting from the bottom and moving to the top. Try to get behind furniture and in all other nooks and crannies in the space. You can use your hand, a feather, or a small paper fan to waft the smoke, or simply push the smoke where you want it to go by carefully moving the entire smudge stick and your fireproof bowl to catch ashes in that direction. When you reach a window or door, waft the smoke into all four corners beginning at the bottom left and moving in a clockwise direction. Open cabinets and closets and waft inside, holding in your mind the intention to release density, stuck energy and negativity into the light. The last room you smudge should be the one with the front door. When you're finished, move outside and waft around the four corners of the door. And finally, close with a prayer of gratitude. Steps for cleansing your energy with sage. The steps for using white sage for cleansing your own energy are very similar to the above process described to energetically cleanse your home. Begin with a prayer and by setting your intention to cleanse your mind, body, and spirit of density, stuck or stagnant energy, and negativity in any form. Carefully light the tips of your white sage so they start to smolder and smoke. Begin at your feet, allowing the smoke to waft around you, and work your way up along your body, towards the top of your head. As you move the sage around you, hold the intention for cleansing negativity, and gently waft the smoke in an upward direction. Do your best to waft the smoke behind you as well as in front of you and along your sides. If someone else is helping to smudge your energy, have them stand in place while wafting, while you turn in a few slow clockwise circles. They should also move the bundle from bottom to top. When finished, close with a prayer of gratitude. Steps for smudging objects. White sage smudging is also wonderful for clearing crystals, jewelry, books, tools you use in your healing practices, objects used by someone who was recently sick, as well as any object you simply wish to clear. The process is simple. Begin with a prayer and set your intention. If the object you will be cleansing is small enough, hold it in your hand, if not, set it on the ground or a small table. Light your sage and begin by wafting smoke underneath the object so that the smoke covers it from below. Swirl the smoke around the object several times. Continue until your intuition tells you to stop or until the sage stops smoking, which is usually a great indication you're finished. White sage is a powerful tool to use to regularly cleanse crystals that you use for healing and protection, oracle cards, and really any objects that may take on energy from others, or you feel have some dense or stagnant energy attached to them. When you're finished, close with a prayer of gratitude. What about sage-resistant energies? I do want to point out that while a very useful and effective process for cleansing out energy of others, negative thought forms, and even some negative entities if they are present, smudging with white sage will not release all negative entities that are out there. I do not want you to be afraid of them, but I do want you to be aware that there are some entities which are resistant to the effects of smudging with sage. This is why I always call in the angels, ascended masters, and my angel energy healing team to clear the space too. This is also part of why I teach angel energy healing and offer spiritual cleansing sessions. Both of these methods offer deeper support in clearing people and spaces of these types of negative energies and entities. But for the most part, and in many cases, sage works. The great thing about smudging is that anyone can do it, the benefits are practically immediate, and the positive effects can be clearly felt by those who are energetically or psychically sensitive. Smudging or home energy is a great thing to do on a regular basis, especially if you live in the city, do healing work with others, interact with lots of people, meditate, have encountered a negative person, or if you do consider yourself to be walking a spiritual path. Or you want to connect more deeply with your angels. Based on my personal experience, while smudging is definitely not a cure-all, it is a very simple and incredibly effective way of cleansing and releasing negativity into the light.